Okay,
Lovely.
awesome. Okay, good evening and welcome everyone. We are so glad that you could make it for this intensive 2-hour hands-on workshop on BMC or the business model canvas. I'd like to start by thanking Vijayashree for volunteering her time and expertise to take us through the session. I've personally benefited from the BMC while doing it with her. So I have no doubt that all of you all will have something to take away. Now, Vijayashree needs no introduction. She's an active member of our community. She never hesitates to share her thoughts, insights, articles, and constantly throwing books at us that we can read. But I would still like to introduce her. Vijayashree is an entrepreneur turned coach where she managed her family business and she comes with about 3 decades of experience under her belt. By her own admission, she stumbled into the profession of coaching thinking it would be a chill way to pursue her passion, but she didn't know it would become a transformative roller coaster ride. She's now the founder and head coach at Alcor Consulting, where she leverages the expertise of OD Consulting, executive and leadership coaching. She is a certified Marshall Goldsmith executive coach and leadership circle profile practitioner. On a personal note, she loves traveling. She loves racing cars. She's a rally driver. She loves adventure sports. She's always first in line, even before her son, according to her. The only thing that she hasn't done is bungee jumping. So if you need a partner, you know who to go to. Uh, I'm not going to take up any more of our time because there's a lot of work involved. And I'm going to hand it over to Vijayashree. Vijayashree, all yours. Thank you again for doing this for us.
Thank you so much, Deepali. Thank you so much for coordinating, and thank you for the CJ community, and thank you for all of you to trusting what I'm going to deliver today and being in this session. A quick question. How many of you know about Business Model Canvas prior to this session? Have you worked on it? No? Okay. How many of you were able to complete the pre-work for today? I know some of you responded. Any new participants who have worked on the pre-work? No. Okay. So in case we do not complete the, okay, let me quickly ask. What is the goal of what is the reason why you're here? What are you expecting out of this session? Just to understand what Business Model Canvas is, or to work and have a takeaway? Which one of it would it be?
Vijayashree, can I offer my answer?
Please go ahead.
Okay, I run a couple of businesses and I have my own business planning template. So I've seen this before, and I've also populated it. What I want to add is we can make all the business plans in the world, but unless we execute it, it's of no use.
Absolutely.
But it's a good way to capture all the different, moving parts that are there in running a business.
Absolutely. So I run two businesses, and Business Model Canvas has really helped me structure the vision and the path and for execution, towards execution. And so you're right. If you have the go-to-market plan, which the Business Model Canvas offers, then the next part is the operating plan and the execution. However, if you do not have a crystallized plan, then you can, get deviated very easily on your operational plan and your executional plan. So a business model canvas is that beautiful picture. It can be kept in your office, where you can go back and reflect and say, hey, this is what drove us. This is what, put me into this track. And where did I deviate? Should I revisit? Should I correct the course? What do I need to do to re-strategize? So that way, in fact, of late, for all the organizations we have been working with, we go and revisit the business model canvas. As part of the OD initiative, we would love to have an organization give the business plan for the year or an operating plan for the year. If they do not have it, then we start from BMC, right? So, and I want you to see business model canvas very objectively on what it can deliver, because this is used worldwide and has proven to be very helpful for many organizations and many individuals. Now, should business model canvas be implemented only by organizations? No. Even for a product, and a product launch also, we use the business model canvas. Like I want to launch a new product in the organization, then how do I do the go-to-market plan? Then we use the business model canvas. And that is the reason why I felt that as coaches, we are also giving product, right? A service in a format of product. So
Correct.
you can look at that very objectively and put it through the nine building blocks of the canvas and see how you want to leverage it.
Okay.
So good.
That
So
was my answer to your question as to why am I here.
thank you, Guru. So let me share screen. Okay.
Vijaya, is it possible to put the link for those things? Because I know you had put it in the conversation, but some of us may have not been able to locate it.
Which one? Which link?
The link to it's a PDF, no? Your business canvas template.
Yes, I had given by mistake, I shared the PNG format and then I shared the PDF format.
Yeah. Just make sure that everybody has it so that we can work on it.
Do all of you have the PDF format in a printed form or in a written form or in any form which you can refer to? But anyway, we will cover each aspect of it now.
Yeah, because without that, then all the great effort you're taking will probably be a little get watered down, no, Vijaya?
This is a very sincere effort to help coaches reflect on their product strategy. And it is, yeah, I would sincerely request all of them to leverage it to their best. So yes, so what did we do? We became a coaching spy and we tried to understand who our competitors are, or do they have a site? Do they have a social media? Do they have an industry link or any article? Whatever information we can gather from whom we see as our competitor. Now let's be realistic and see who our competitor is. Am I an individual coach? Then your competition or your peer community would be a similar set of people. If I'm an individual coach, just entering into the market, then map yourself to that segment. If you're going to map yourself to an established segment or an organization who's doing OD, training, all of it, then that would be a wrong comparison because you're starting the journey compared to that. If you have already established yourself, then compare with yourself with and map yourself to the ecosystem where you belong. What could be an aspiration cannot be a competitor. Aspiration is the roadmap that you're going to build, and your competition is somebody who is in the same ecosystem, the same and aspiring and growing. Yeah, 1 or 2 levels up. That's fine. Now, at the same time, we are also asking you to analyze who else is in the market and who else can come in the pipeline and take your place very quickly or replace your offering. So that's also an awareness that you need to build. That is what we are talking about. Think like a leader. What is the competitive edge and what is the future forecast? I truly recommend that you do an effort to understand this phase, which is a very, very important phase. It takes time. And like Sandeep said, it was really frustrating. Yeah, it takes time. And that's the reason you need to take some time and do it. If you can go back, revisit and get it done, that will be a boon. It will help you immensely. Now let's go to the canvas. This is the canvas. Have all of you seen the canvas? Yeah?
Yes.
Awesome. So the canvas, I want to now show you the canvas, how it is built. So the left side of the canvas is on internal focus, cost, efficiency of how we are going to do things, get things done, and look at our product. And the right wing is about the external revenue aspect and the creative aspect. This is how the model is built. So how, why, how much, what do we need to do, who do we need to do for? This is how the canvas is built. And it depends on how you're reflecting and how much of time you're going to put it into this, you will understand where do I need to focus? Do I need to focus internally or externally? Where am I now? You will get an understanding on that. So let's demystify each and every aspect. Now, I would love for you to take your pen and paper and start putting this down, because I have customized the questions for a coaching organization or a coaching journey. Now, how would this look the same for a digital media entertainment organization or a IT services organization or a product engineering organization? No, the questions will be very different. But however, the main aspects, the building blocks would be the same. So in that model, when you saw, if you saw, this is how the model looks like, right? We are not going to start from key partners, nor are we going to start from the right wing, customer segments. We are going to straight jump into the revenue stream. That is how you need to demystify the business model canvas. First, we need to understand what are the different ways with which you can generate revenue. What are the services you can offer? What is the pricing model that best aligns to your value proposition and your client segments? Is there any additional streams that you need to explore? And for what value are your customers really willing to pay? And what do they currently pay? Now, this is what you need to map. Interestingly, I'm straight jumping there because we are going to backwork from the revenue we want to target and hit and see, do we have the product that really makes up to this aspiration? Now, quickly, can you all map this? Take your time and map this.
Can I ask a question, Vijayashree, regarding this?
Yes.
For what value, regarding this, for what value are your customers really willing to pay? And for what do they currently pay? For these two questions, we really need to do some market research, right? So could you give some...
That was the pre-work.
Yeah. So my question is, could you give some, is it possible to give some inputs on how to do market research, probably a couple of sentences which you think would be helpful to do with this?
How to do market research? Typically, if you're an organization, then you have the data based on the organization. You will get it through your client source. You will get it through your lead generators. You will get it through Google, Gemini, wherever you need to get this information from. If you're an individual coach, again, you will have to work through your relationships and networks and get it done. But usually, the marketing, if you are in Connect in the network, where you also have marketing people who are doing the digital marketing or lead generators, you will get this information very easily.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And of course, you have the CJ community. Throw it there in the group. Start a discussion and understand what's happening in the market. Yeah, so are we ready for the customer segment? Now from revenue down, we are going to the customer segment, which is on the right, which is focusing on the external part of whom are we creating the value for? What does the customer segment look like? How many different customers are there? Is it an individual? Is it an organization? Is it a student community? Is it a pro bono activity? Is it an NGO? It could be any of this. It could be region specific. It can be industry specific. It could be age group specific. You can split it however you want. How do you, when do you do it? When you think, when does a customer segment get created? When you think that they need a distinct offer, which is totally unique to that segment. They can be reached through different distribution channels. There are different types of relationship for each of them. Like, I will not have the same relationship with an individual client to a corporate client. So then an individual becomes a different customer segment, corporate becomes a different customer segment. I'm going to do coaching for all of them. However, do they belong to the same customer segment? No, they do not. Because the offering would vary, the relationship would vary, the value proposition will vary. So they become a unique customer segment. So map your customer segment for whom you're creating value, and they can be from, you can split it in however you want. I've given an example there, and make a conscious decision out of this, which customer segment am I keenly targeting? To the point that you will know that these are my high value customer segment. These are my easy go-to customer segment. And these could be where a segment where my product will be effortless. There could be a segment for that. So map those. How many customer segments do you all have? Yes,
So
please.
question I have, so by mapping, we just need to write down, right?
GC, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
So what do you mean by mapping? Is it just writing it down?
Writing it down. Map it against customer segment in your business model canvas. Put it under the customer segment that I have individual clients. If individual clients, are they for executive coaching? Are they for life coaching? Are they for, what is the niche that you're mapping to? All of that. Just put it there. The reason why each segment needs to be mapped is because you will reflect on the value proposition for each of them. The value prop cannot be the same for every single segment. There will be something that will stand out, and we'll find that out today.
Vijayashree, I have one question. Like the exercise particularly we are doing especially for coaching. Like in coaching, if I have the corporate trading as well, for that then I have to make the different canvas model, right?
It's the same canvas model. Put a post-it which is training as one customer segment. And
Okay.
training for a corporate, right? Training for a
Okay,
corporate.
yeah.
So that is one customer segment.
Okay.
If you're
But that will
offering
come into
training,
same. Yeah.
come into the same customer segment. I'm not saying coaching alone. When we talk about coaches, we are all into training, OD, coaching, right? So you can put all the product offerings there. Training for corporate would be separate. Training, if you're doing through LinkedIn, like a mass group coaching, online coaching, that would be a different segment altogether. So be very clear on how many customer segments you have.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I'm coming to that. All of you have mapped? How many customer segments do you have? How many customer segments do you have? I mean, yeah, Kirti, are you trying to talk?
Yeah, I was just trying to type, but at the moment I've just identified the two, which is a corporate segment and the individual segment.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think the chat is coming. Okay, Neetu 4, Nidya 5, lovely. Neha 4, Navneeta 4, great. Guru, we are not able to hear you.
Sorry, I was just saying good night to my son.
Okay.
It's 10:30 p.m.
Anybody else has any more than 5? Okay. Now,
Shri, I have a question. Should
Yeah.
these segments also be like, for example, if it's individual, should we have different segments for, say, if the offering is different for the age group, like leadership different and teen
Yes.
coaching
yes,
different?
yes.
Okay.
Now, when you see the canvas, you saw that who are we offering for, what are we offering for, how are we offering for, and how much are we offering for. Now, this is going to vary as per that segment. Then yes, it becomes one customer segment, a unique customer segment. Because
Okay.
if it is geography decides the customer segment, then your reach, your resource, your channel of communication, all of that will change. then they become a unique customer segment. Now, are we going to put different processes for all of them? No, maybe it will all get bundled into what we are doing as a job. But we will know very clearly that this segment needs this. You know, you don't miss out that value proposition. You don't miss out that connect. You don't miss out the relationship. You don't miss out the resource allocation. You don't miss out the planning and the execution. And that is why we need to be very detailed in mapping this. Now let's do one job. Now that I want you to, you have determined the type of offer, right? It could be high value one-on-one coaching package. It could be team coaching. It could be a retreat. It could be 1 day intensive, group coaching, masterclass, mini course. It could be live, virtual, hybrid. Let's get some clarity here. Now, ensure that your customer segment clearly says what is the type of offer, what is the target market, and who is the beneficiary against each of these customer segment that you have mapped. Please write down who's the beneficiary, who are you helping or partnering with, and please write what is the problem you are solving. Take a moment, reflect, and write what is the problem you are solving for them. And what is the result they want to achieve, not what you want to achieve. What is the result the client wants to achieve? Against each customer segment, write down and map what problem are you solving and what result they want to achieve. How many of you have team coaching as one of your customer segment? Yeah, and do you also have one-on-one as your customer segment? Right. Can you tell me what is the problem? Can any of you share? Preeti, that would be wonderful to hear from you. What is the problem you're solving on one-on-one, and what is the problem you're solving in team coaching?
Shall I go? Shall I speak, Mrs. Sri?
Yeah, sure.
So in one-on-one coaching, it's basically the individual coaching where we solve the problem of the individual, where the system is there, but that system is related to that individual. But in the team coaching, we are coaching the system, the whole system. And at the same time, we are coaching the group of people where they have the shared goals.
Okay. So in one-on-one coaching, you will have, are you a life coach, or are you a health coach, or are you a executive coach, right? Do you have that mapping? Ensure that you have that mapping. Because your reach for these people will be different. Your network will be different. Your channel of communication is different. So ensure that you are segmenting it well. And in team coaching, it is mostly going to be corporate or NGOs, right? In all probability. So the problem that you're going to address is going to be scale, improved collective efficiency, scaling and growing here, whereas the individual will be different. All those who are off the camera, I would appreciate if you can acknowledge that we are discussing on this and if you're working on it or not. It will really motivate others. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you, Sandeep. Okay. Thank you, SY. Okay. Now, once you have defined the target market, what is the crystallize the result, right? What are the intangible result and what are the tangible result? What can be measured and what cannot be measured? How much can you measure and show it to your client, and what cannot be measured, but how will you explain it? This is extremely important for your value proposition.
This is again, Shri, for each of the thing, right?
Each of the customer segment, what are the measurable results? What are the non-measurable results? See, let's say in team coaching. In team coaching, you will see structural alignment visibly happening, right? You will see collaboration happening. You will see communication improved. But then what is not measured and not seen also will be the relationships that are forming, empathy that is forming, So these cannot be measured, but this will be seen. And you know that this is a result that is going to happen, which will overall impact the leadership ecosystem in the organization. The climate will change.
Shri, one question. Like when we say like if I just roughly give you example, one of the thing which I listed, the problem I'm solving, the professional who are stuck for the promotion, who are looking for the growth in their profession. So the tangible thing can be they're less stressed. They will feel the less stress after the coaching because they can have the clarity in their career. They will feel motivated to do something. That can be intangible because definitely we cannot see that. Tangible can be, they can build a growth path. But again, whether they will get growth based on that it's not that time it's certain when you're taking a coaching session.
But however, what is tangible would be their awareness at where they are with their skill, capacity, capability, and their aptitude, right?
Okay.
And the attitude towards the growth. What is intangible would be their improved stress levels, the confidence, the shift in confidence, the shift in body language, the shift in the outlook, right? So,
Yep.
Yes, of course, they would have improved a skill. They would have signed up for a course. They would have gone and given a talk somewhere. They would have attempted to, at least appear in 4 to 5 interviews. These are all tangible results.
Okay. So maybe they cannot get the growth based on the plan we make during the coaching session. So whether we can call it tangible or not, because then, that's a definition different for everyone. That's why I'm
That's a
asking.
very beautiful question. What is the goal you're going to make during the sign up stage, right? Are you signing up to say you will get a job or you will be ready to take up a new role?
Yep.
You cannot guarantee a job as a coach.
Exactly.
You can only make the person ready for the change that they are looking forward to, right? So that's where it has to be very clear on what is the goal you're signing up for.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, all of you done with this round of the step 1 on the client result triangle. So we are going to attempt this before we go to the next parts of the BMC. We understood where we want the revenue to come from. We understood who our customer segments are. Now we are trying to build in the clarity that is required in the result that we want to bring to the client. And then
Just one question here.
Yes.
So can the result be only intangible, or that will be difficult to say?
The result will be only intangible. Are you saying this out of experience or
for example, I'm targeting a section of people who are having repetitive thinking, and that is causing them stress. So now, so there will be stress reduction is what I can tell, but there is nothing which probably can be measured, I felt. So is that a selling point or?
Yeah, so let's take this example, right? Stress, when you start the coaching agreement, what is the contract that you have made with the client on what is it we are going to get coached? What is the whole partnership is based on? I am going through stress and I want to come out of it or I want a partner to navigate and understand what is making me stress. So if it is the latter, then it is a non-measurable one, right? But if it is, I need to come out of the stress, then you can ask them to evaluate on a scale of 1 to 10. How stressed are you? What are the indicators? How do you know you're stressed? And put the parameters there. And then after 5 to 6 sessions, you can ask them to map again and see if there is a progress. Then it is measurable. If not, then it is intangible. Does that answer your question, GC?
I have a follow-up on the same, Shri. So sometimes, confidence, I'm feeling more confident. Now it's a feeling, it's not a measure. Will that still be, like from what I heard you speak, it's still measurable because there's
It
a
is still
feeling.
measurable if they know what does confidence look like now and where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are able to put parameters. So, right, hey, this is how my confidence level looks right now. And how am I showcasing it? What are my behaviors? How am I demonstrating it? And what is the result that is creating? And after a few sessions, you are able to map and see, is there a shift in this behavior? Is there a shift in this emotion? And can we just see if we can measure it? And is there a consistency in the way you're demonstrating it? Then you will be able to ask them to, articulate it and see if they have a shift.
So it has to be, but there has to be parameters. It is not just a feeling.
See,
Not just
yeah, you need to have a parameter. Because
Okay.
if it needs to be tangible, you have to have a parameter. If you're just a sounding board, you're just going to come and be there for the, coachee. You come, you talk, you see if this one session can help you relieve yourself. That's a different story. Then it is an intangible result. That this depends on the agreement that you put with your client, saying, you're signed up with me for 6 coaching sessions. Now, in this 6 coaching session, so that is not a coaching session. That's a discovery session. In the discovery session, you do the contracting. In contracting, you understand what is the problem they come to you for. How long do they want? I mean, that can be dependent on what is the offer you're giving. And say that, what is it? How is it looking like? And what do you want it to look like? Or what are you aiming it to be? Like one of my client had said that I want to be like Dhoni. It was not even a parameter, right? But we had the parameters why she said Dhoni, and we put that and mapped it and we saw. So you put the parameters and then do the measurement again based on the client's experience, and then you will be able to map it. Meeta, I think Kriti pulled. Thank you, Shivani. Put her hand up.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to, I think I relate with that question of, intangibles of, something like an offer of self-mastery or self-realization can be there. And Vijayashree, I think you've answered it. How does that manifest? How does the manifestation of that look like in terms of whether behavior or changed results? Because at the end of it,
So
it
let
all.
me say, let's take, we had one Neetu, no, not Neetu. We spoke about the career, right? So when we say that, hey, I want to apply for jobs and I want to, I don't have the confidence, like how Neha said, and I want to have a shift in the confidence, then how does it look like now? Because that confidence can be a barrier in applying for certain roles. They might not even apply for certain roles which they aspire to be in because they fear of rejection. They might not apply because they do not have the skill set completely, the rounded skill set that is needed for that role. Now, during your coaching session, you will be able to see a progress on them taking that bold step in applying for those jobs. They'll get that confidence. You will see that shift in confidence, and you will be able to measure. These were the behaviors earlier when the confidence was low. Now the behaviors are different. So create that awareness, coach them on their problem, and then see the shift. And you need to map it as you go along. You will have your personal notes, right, on the client, and they will also have a record. So map it. And each time you revisit that and say, hey, this is what we were aiming to. Where are you now? And where are we going? And is this session today going to help you take that step forward? Does that make sense, Kirti?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Meeta, yes.
Hi. So,
Hi.
I would just like to share, like I'm doing intimacy coaching, of course, you know that. And in that, it's very difficult to have tangible results. And this is something which I've been struggling with, when I'm putting my program together and everything. It's like, how do you measure the changes that are going to happen? So some things, I think one thing which you guys talked about is that maybe you can just keep checking on the scale that okay today at what scale you are, and then after 2 sessions you again check where you are. Is there a difference coming in that scale? And the other
The scale will have a related behavior.
yeah, it
When
will
I
have a
say
related behavior.
it will
So
have a related behavior.
so if I'm specifically focused, like if intimacy is a subject which is very varied and it's going to be very different for different people. So if I'm working only on communication, maybe that can be measured to a certain extent that, okay, we started with communication skills were zero maybe. And okay, now it's getting better. We are able to communicate better, not fight. But again, it's not so tangible. It is like maybe again on that scale aspect or something related to that. It will be very difficult in my niche to really, provide tangible things.
So
So this is just one example I wanted to give everyone that in coaching, some of the niches can be like that where it is very difficult. Like they said, for confidence, how do you measure it? Like
you
for
don't,
stress,
but you
how do you
measure
measure
with the related behavior. So even in intimacy, so basically, even though we call ourselves corporate coaches, leadership coaches, executive coaches, we land up coaching for a totally different aspect of their life, which influences their corporate life or their leadership behavior. Now, I have a client, I can explain to you that he felt that his marriage was literally going down the drains. And during the coaching session, we mapped what is going down the drains. These are exact words used by him, right? So then you use the metaphor and understand what is going down the drains mean and how does it look like? How are you manifesting? How does that result? How does that result look like? So what does that going down the drains look like? I go home, I don't talk to my wife. She sits on the phone, I sit on the phone. We don't go out every weekend. I have my own friends, she has her phone friends. We only go out for school outings, we only go out for family outings. Now, that is how going down the drain looks for him, right?
Yeah.
After coaching, after a few sessions, he comes back and says that, hey, today I went for there is this new game that has come, no, which is the pickleball. Went for pickleball with my wife. We really love it, and we have started going pickleball every week. And then after a few sessions, he says, hey, we and I decided to go out on a dinner date, just the two of us, no kids. This is a measurement. These are tangible results.
These are tangible results. When those changes start happening, when
Yes.
actually they are tangible. These things are tangible. That something major started happening. So yeah, these can be called tangible results. But again, you cannot specify what these tangible results will be. For each case, it can be different.
Exactly. It can. So it is the coach's journey, and it is the coach's world. It is as per the coaching. Today, the client is telling me that thank God I have a good marriage. I mean, that is music to my ears.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Navneeta, yes.
Yeah, like based on the discussion what we are having, I am thinking like for each intangible thing, there will be definitely tangible results. Is that right? Is my understanding correct?
For every tangible result, there will be an intangible result for sure. And for intangible result, if you want to have the tangible result, which will definitely be there, we need to do the mapping.
All right. Yeah.
Can I just share an experience that I had with a client, in this space?
Absolutely need to. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I had a client and he was a business, he had his own business, and so the way the whole coaching started was for him, he had a set of goals that he wanted to achieve. One of those goals was have a better connection with his family. And when we got into the sessions is when the whole aspect of he opened up and spoke about I asked him, what does better connection with your family mean to you? And then when we dig deeper, one of the very basic thing was he did not talk to his children on a daily basis. It was just a very robotic life at home. He would just come back and play with his friends, and then he had this complaint that my kids don't talk to me. But after a few sessions, when we reconvened and I tried to understand, okay, do you feel now that your family relationships have improved? So he says, absolutely. My youngest daughter comes and shares her day with me. And so even though at the start it was a very, very soft goal that he had, that he wanted to feel better with his family, and I was very confused, how will I even get him there? But I think in the whole process, it just we could just find the path, and I could see that, yes, that was more like a tangible benefit, where he feels that I'm spending better time with my family. I'm spending more time with my children. So just sharing that that happened early this year with me.
Lovely, Neetu. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Neetu, what is your niche?
So I am a transformational coach. I work with people on their overall transformation.
Okay, now next, let's go to the client result triangle. We'll go to the connection part of it. Now you have built the offer. Now, what is the duration going to look like? How many live sessions? How many modules? And what else is included in the offer? Like anything, some of us offer books. I mean, we give books to the client, or we give reading materials. We give a lot of pre-work. And so what else is included in that offer? And reflect on, this is the connection piece, right? It is the level of intimacy you provide inside your program, not as a person, right? As a person, you have a coachee relationship. But what is the intimacy that the offering has? How personally it is connecting to the client to help them get their desired result? What is that personalization, connect, care in your package? How much do you actually empathize the client? We not only need to empathize them in the coaching phase, but we also need to empathize with them during building the offer. Let's say you're a career coach. Now you completely need to empathize every type of person who's going through a career transition. Some of them go through it very boldly, very confidently. Some go through stress. Some go through, some don't even have a need to be stressed, but they get stressed because of their emotional pressures. So think of every aspect, every type of client, and then put your intimacy into the offering. Is there anything you need to know more about the niche that you have developed? What resources of research do you have? I mean, research more on it and make it more connected to the client.
It's almost like a subset of that segment, yeah? Almost forms like a subset of that based on how they are going to receive the offering.
Yes. Now, when you come and tell me, hey, I'm a life coach and I'm going to work with you on these issues. Now, how is it going to look like? How much of a personal connect are you going to give through the package or through the offering? And how are you going to position yourself? Think about that, because it will all be needed in the value proposition block. Now comes the content. Create your content, outline your program, the phases and modules, a week on week outline. What is the before going to look like and what is the after going to look like? And how is that phasing going to happen? And that's why I put the pillars there for you to understand how the phasing is. So at each phase, how is it going to look like? What is the desired result that is going to come in each phase? If you can map, nothing like it, right? After 3 weeks, you're going to, this is what we would have covered, and this is how we should have reached a point where we understand. Let's say, okay, I'm coaching for a life issue, life problem, but how am I going to do this? Maybe in 3 coaching sessions, you can say that, hey, these 3 coaching sessions will be focused on building awareness. It could possibly, if the problem is complex. So based on your client, based on your package, based on your offer, build the blocks, build the pillars, and build the methodology, how you're going to do it. Online, are you going to send anything? Is there a beliefs pre-work you're going to give? Is there a strength assessment you're going to give? Is there a self-reflection you're going to give? And what would that enable the person to be equipped with? Map that. So if any of you have started writing an offer, you can map this. Now, this is how your offer creation should look like. I'm creating an offer. I'm creating a type of offer specifically for who's your dream client. So each customer segment who are ready to overcome or step into what problem or solution that you're looking for, so that they can finally, what result do they want to achieve? This offer will be for how long and will include all the details that you need to talk about. And by end of the program, this customer segment can expect to achieve the whatever expand on the desired results they can achieve. So basically what I'm trying to tell you here is, you are going to go with an irresistible offer. Instead of coming and telling that, hey, I'm a life coach, I can coach you for a problem, I'm going to tell you that I have an offer specifically for these issues, these life, what are the segments under the life coaching, who are ready to overcome what sort of problems, so that you can achieve these results. Try putting one. And if it is difficult, let's share here and brainstorm.
Can you give an example of type of offer?
So remember, we saw the different types of offer. These are the top recommendations. You might have something on your own. Jesse, put one and share. Meeta, I would love to see yours.
I have it, but not exactly in this format. I'll have to make it like this.
Now you can put it in this format and share. No? Try, put an attempt to share.
Okay, now? Okay, let me try.
Florina asked a question, would results such as consistency in what they assume to practice, even if the result expected is increase in confidence, be considered as tangible? So consistency, yes. If they say that Consistency is what is missing, and that is the problem statement, and that is a measure. Yes, Florina, absolutely. You can see if the consistency has improved. Like there are a lot of people who come for health, right? So there we see consistency as a measure. Florina, hope I have answered your question. If anybody wants to add, please do add. Anybody ready to share? Meetu, Meeta, Neha?
Can
Jisi?
share.
Yeah, go ahead, Jisi. Would love to hear.
Okay. I am creating a one-on-one coaching offer specifically for individuals who are ready to overcome overthinking so that they can finally reduce their stress level by 90% easily. The one-on-one coaching will be for 10 hours. By the end of the program, individuals can expect to live life peacefully.
Okay, and you're assuring 90% reduction in stress. Is that a guaranteed one, GC? That if I get coached, 90% of my stress goes away? Is that a guaranteed? Because that's an assured result you are promising. Now, how are you going to measure that?
Just asking them this is what it is. I just want to put some numbers, but I don't know how to put it. So how else can I write?
So does the offer really need to have a matrix there?
Really? But I thought it might be attractive.
It might be very attractive, but at the same time, isn't it putting you at a risk?
Yeah. I'll
As coaches, the result is in the coach's hand. The coach is only a medium, right? You are a medium or a channel. So you can facilitate the change, or you can partner to help them enable or equip themselves. Can you guarantee it? How many of you are getting the coachability index signed by the coaches? Are you all measuring the coachability index of the coachee and getting us the signature that they will adhere to the discipline that is required?
I usually put a paragraph on the, on the roles and on how it is their responsibility, but not numerically. I mean, I do not do a numerical this thing, but
they have to be on time, they have to finish their action items, they have to work on the pre-work, should have the discipline, they should have the consistency. Get it signed. Please get it signed.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So at the
you
moment,
need accountability to this.
Okay.
Build the accountability. You are an accountability partner, but they have to come with some responsibility that this is serious. This reflects a lot about you as a coach and how serious you are about the profession.
Correct.
Even if it is pro bono, please do this. It's your time and it's a valuable time.
So I put in one offer in the chat.
Yeah.
You can read that out. I'm creating a learning space for busy people who want to learn and connect with their tribe and thereby learn together with joy and bring in their own creative flair.
Okay.
It didn't go beyond to.
Yeah, here, no, in this case, when you identify the segment, you can put what is that learning and what is that connecting looking like, so that you will have more irresistible connect. When I see it, I'm also a busy person. I want to learn. I want to connect with the tribe. But does this really pull me towards signing up with you? Unless you're going to tell me what I'm going to learn that makes me connect with the tribe. What is it that you're going to do to help me connect with the tribe?
Right, right.
Florina has a suggestion: understand stress causes and identify ways to manage in daily life. Florina, was this in response to Jesse's, I'm assuming it was a response to Jesse's offer, right? Jesse, I hope this is helpful to you. Neeta, you're going to read out yours?
Yes, just give me 1 second.
Anybody else who has written it?
I can share.
Go ahead, Neetu. Preeti.
Yeah. I'm creating a team coaching offer, especially for companies who are going through the changes, so that the change will be, I just roughly written it, not reading my own.
So that they can finally, what did you say?
So I've written that I'm creating a team coaching offer, especially for companies who are going through the changes, so that the change would be easy for the company to adopt, and all team members will feel not fear from that change. And this one will be for 10 sessions, 3 hours for 6 months. We'll meet every 15 days. By the end of the program, we can expect to have more clarity, more collaboration, less resistance, and less fear to change.
Okay. However, in a change, in a team coaching who are going through change, you can also add the emotion or the stress factors of change management and say what is going to shift. How does it look like, and how do the participants will look like, and what is the shift that is going to happen?
Right. Thank you.
I'm taking time on this segment because that's the key. Yeah, yes, Jesse.
One question I had. So suppose say I want to give a book as a gift.
Okay.
But I don't know which one based upon the client's conversation. Then how do I add it?
No, that you don't need to add here.
Okay.
Your book is not the offer, right? Your offering is your coaching or your training or your any of that. So book comes as your add-on features, right? That special intimacy in the offer, that is where it comes.
It's a kind of gift.
Yeah, that is the relationship building, right? When in the building blocks of relationship, you can write that. Meeta, are you ready? We will then move to the next segment.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I am creating a hybrid offer. A hybrid offer essentially is a combination of one-to-one coaching with maybe some group sessions and a mix of, giving them a workbook, and it will have a few other things. Some will be one-on-one sessions, some will be group sessions like that, specifically for high-profile women who are CEOs, HODs, or successful entrepreneurs who are ready to embrace their authentic selves and want to feel more confident in their skin, so that they can finally have deeper connections and also feel more fulfilled in their lives. The hybrid program will be of 16 weeks and will include 12 modules, which will have personalized coaching, self-discovery practices, a journal, a supportive community, and some more things. By the end of the program, these women can expect to cultivate deeper emotional connections and reclaim their sexual power with confidence and joy to live much more happy lives.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Makes
Brilliant.
sense?
Absolutely makes sense, right? Does it make sense to you? Now, do you feel how the offering looks very powerful, and you feel like, then I want to sign up? Because you're already telling me the outcome of what that, if I go through this session with you, what is the outcome going to look like?
Yeah.
And that is the power. That is the power in the offer creation.
Okay.
It's not how easy it looks like. Elaborate it, pour it out, and
Yeah.
show them what the world will look like once they finish the program with you. Yeah. Can we move to the next section? Guru, you're feeling sleepy? Am I boring you? You're on mute. We can't hear you.
No, I was just, I'm sorry, I'm sorry for yawning. It's just way past my sleeping time. So,
Oh my God. Thank you so much for being there with us. Truly
so
appreciate
I think I'm zoning out. So with all your permission, namaste.
Yeah, I think you should take rest.
Great work, and I shall definitely catch up with you. But
Thank you.
I'd like your permission to drop off. This is absolutely awesome. World class, Vijaya. I really want to appreciate you for this. Is it going to be? I think you're recording it, no? Isn't it
Yes.
recorded? No.
Pali is recording it. Hopefully, we finish it on time.
Sorry. Since I've attended it, if I can get the recording, I'll certainly link up with you again. Okay.
Thank you. So the next segment in the business model canvas, kindly go to the value prop segment. And what you need to put there is, what are the bundles and products and services? What is the value proposition against each? That's what you built right now. For each of your offer, write this offer creation and show how the value proposition is going to look like. How does it resonate to the specific needs and challenges of, that's exactly what we did. The reason why I stayed in that segment for quite longer is because you can skip any part of the BMC and, overlook it, but not the value prop. Value proposition is the key, and how detailed we go, how beautifully we articulate it, how intriguing and how exciting we can keep it is going to get you the business. And that is the go-to-market plan. So what is the value proposition? For each of that segment, you need to write. Now, you would have written it for one segment. You need to write it for all the segments there. If you had five value props. If you had four value props. And what do you need to target there? What value do you deliver? What customer problem are you helping? What needs and desires are you satisfying? What are the pain points you're addressing? What is relevant and in a dynamic market? What is the market offering? Remember, we did the competitor study. How are others addressing it? Like if Meeta is in the intimacy space, who else is there? Maybe there are only one or two, but what are they doing? And how are they making life better? And then once you do this, reevaluate the revenue stream. Because once earlier, your revenue stream would have looked very simple. But now when you see your value prop and see the different type of customer segments, your stream might change. You'll say that, oh, for this I can charge differently. For this I can charge differently. For a group coaching, I can charge differently. So my value proposition is changing. And my revenue stream will also change. Yes, Navneeta.
Well, I have a question. In the previous slide, we created the offer, right? Like offer creation. So here we are talking about value proposition. Shouldn't the value proposition be done before offer creation? Or what is the difference between the...
I agree. In a building, in your block, in your business model canvas, go-to-market value proposition should be done. But in when your products are different and the offer creation is targeting different customer segment and the delivery and the, so we did this we did this, right? This will vary for each and every business segment or customer segment. Then your value prop will change. For each segment, it will look different. And that's what I wanted to highlight here. You can do this before, you can do this later. As long as you do it, great.
Actually, my question is, what is the value? What do you mean by value proposition? Because that is what we are defining in the offer, right? So in the value proposition, do I need to give whatever I have mentioned in the offer, or could you give an example?
Yeah, in this, so that they can finally shift, right? What is that result that they are achieving, and how are they achieving it? Through what medium? That is your value proposition, right? Here I've said improved communication, improved leadership, improved confidence, reduced stress levels.
Okay.
Personalized, customized sessions, in-person sessions. Maybe a time when hybrid is prevailing or online is prevailing, maybe you want to do something different. Are you using gaming? Are you using art?
All right. Okay. Okay, I get it. Like for the offer that we are creating, what are some of the other values also the client gets? It could be like that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that could be one. And also, what is the value of your, see, if there are multiple coaches out there, right? Now, what is your value? What is the unique value proposition you have? Why should I come to Navneeta? Why should I come to Kirti or GC? So let's say I'm going to a career coach. Why should I come to Neha? Neha's value proposition would be, yes, I help you transition through career. However, and you're going to work with a coach who has transformed 100 lives, 100 career transitions. I have seen 1,000 career transitions, or I have seen campus to corporate transition, or I have seen director to VP transitions. I have seen mergers and acquisitions. It could be anything. I have seen succession planning transitions. So what is that you bring to the table, right? One, the offer has to look very lucrative is what you saw there. But in value proposition, it is beyond that. What is the value that you bring to the table too? And what makes me come to you, sign up to you?
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Your life experience. Yeah, so I've not done so many transfers. I'm just coming into the field. Do I want to go and say that I've never done a career transition and there is no value proposition? Absolutely not, right? So you can say, you can talk about your own career or what is that passion that drives you to this niche, and write that as your value proposition. As a person having navigated the corporate life with so many challenges, I'm so passionate and keen as I have, faced multiple challenges and overcome them successfully. And I want to give that as an offering. You can say that. Be proud on what you have to offer. Do not worry what the competition has. A competition is just a benchmarking. Where are they? Where am I? Now, based on that, how will my value proposition change? I don't need to put everything that my competitor puts, but I can put authentically what I bring to the table. Many times, many coaches do not write about their success stories. They would have coached so many people and they would have made a transition happen, and they do not write about that. They think that the offer has to have a value prop. Something great has to come from our certifications, our background, our organizations. But many times it is the transformation that we have done is your biggest value prop. And if you've done it in peer coaching, put it in as your experience too. Peer coaching is an experience too. Pro bono is an experience too. You don't need to put pro bono there. But you have seen a shift. You have seen a transformation. Just put that.
Thank you, Vijayashree. That was really helpful. And one more, like a basic question. So we are writing this for our value proposition offer and all for our clarity, right? So this is ideally when we are explaining our offer to our client, we will be in a position to explain to them in a better way. Is that the ultimate objective of doing this?
This will go to your website. This will go to your collaterals. This will go to your LinkedIn. This will go to your marketing material. This will go to your flyers. This will go to your emails. This will go to your program details. This will go to your brochures. This will go to your proposals.
Okay.
So
Okay.
with it, as I understand, this value proposition is something that makes me more attractive or speaks more to my segment compared to the competitor, is it? Or it need not be even a comparison, but just what uniquely do I bring to the table?
What is the value you bring to the table? What is the value your course or the program brings to the table? What is the authenticity with which you're operating?
Yeah, okay.
That passion and authenticity and your experience, the transformation you have done or you want to do, could be anything.
Right.
So now what are the channels? Now next we go to the next building block, which is through which channels do our customer segments can be reached. So map each of them. Like one-on-ones will be through social media. It could be through networking. It could be through networking groups or physical networking. Whereas a team coaching will be corporate. Life coaching could be from any of the social networks that you are there in or any specific groups. Like there is one life coach who specifically put that he works through the the Youth of India groups. He has certain groups with which and they put that specifically. How are you reaching them to? And also, I would strongly recommend when you do your competitor analysis, map the size of the customer segment. When I say life coaching, how many people are there out there for whom I can do life coaching? Just map it and see. For Meeta intimacy coaching, all the women out there or men out there, right? It's the entire population of India can be or online. Now then think about the reach you have. And how are you reaching out to them? Are your channels integrated? And also map which channels work best for you and keep it doesn't matter if there are some which are more cost efficient, but have an awareness towards that to see if you're leveraging channels which are more cost efficient. There might be some expensive channels. However, are we leveraging the cost efficient ones completely to its fullest potential? Now, if you have a training module or a thing, how are you distribute? Do you have a sales channel? Do you have a distribution channel? Do you have a lead generator? Can you connect and make yourself more visible through which channels? How much would it cost? Keep a mapping of that. Maybe today you don't want to do it. Tomorrow you will. That is why you need the business model canvas boldly put out there in your room so that you always know that, hey, today I've come here. Now I can go over to this channel. Right? That's the mapping this provides. Now coming to customer relationship. Oops. What type of relationship does each customer segment expect? How will you build and maintain strong relationships? Do you need regular check-ins? Do you want to put newsletters? Do you want to keep a WhatsApp community? Do you want to share progress reports? Do you have a community that is formed? Is there any additional service or resource you can enhance your value proposition? Do you want to create an alumni, post-coaching support? So what is the motivation of customer relationship? One is to acquire new customer and also retain the existing customer and upsell. Today you're coming for one-on-one coaching. Can I come to would your organization need a coaching program or a training program? Would there be a team coaching I can do? Or is there a group coaching for your team, right? Or your network? Could be anything. And is there a social media, trade show, podcast, any channel that will help you build the customer relationships? Does this make sense? With this, we finish the external thought process. What do I need to do to attract the client, attract the customer segment and increase the revenue? The next part will be to move to internal. Now in internal, what are the key activities that we need to focus on? Now, what are the typical coaching session looks like? So this is the key which Guru was talking about, right? I can build a business model canvas. Now the key is in execution. Now that's what we are going to cover here, where we are going to say, what does a typical coaching session look like and what activities will go in each of them? So let's say I'm going to do a team coaching. In team coaching, how is your team coaching structured and how is each coaching session going to look like? And what is the objective of each coaching session? Map it. Now, will it differ from organization to organization, depending on the size of the people, the caliber of the people inside? Yes, absolutely. But at least have a template with which you can do the quick mapping and customization needed and have the clarity on what is the activity that is going to be planned. How are you going to attract what are the client development activities that are needed? Networking, referral, online marketing, onboarding. And when you onboard new clients, what are the documentation required? Like we spoke about the agreement, right? We spoke about the agreement, coachability index, the coaching agreement, the broader goals and the sub goals. So there is a broad goal that you agree on, and there are the sub goals that you agree on. And we are going to talk about each session goals also. So do you have a mapping of that? Right? Any content creation development for your promotion, any activity that is needed to stay connected on the client relationship. Like Jissy said, I want to give a book. Then you have to plan the book, you have to purchase the book, you have to get the book delivered because it's not going to be in person, then you have to deliver to their address, or it will be a downloadable PDF format you want to share. But all these are activities and needs to be done on time and needs planning. I'm only starting my career. Why should I can do it when it comes. But sometimes a little bit of planning makes it look more professional and keeps you prepared, and you never know when your other new client is going to come. And in all probability, the more prepared you are, the more you're attracting the clients to come. Now, after this, you have the key resources. What resource do you need? For your coaching expertise, what are the tools and resources you need? What are the certifications? What are the trainings? What are the assessment rules? What are the frameworks? For what is the content creation you need? Presentation, handout, exercises. It was a simple activity, right? The client, what is the offering we have? But that can result in content creation a lot. It can build the authenticity, your marketing tools. What is your client management tools? Do you have an Excel in which you maintain your documentation? Is there a shared drive that you maintain with your client? Like in one-on-one coaching, there are clients who have a shared drive with you. They put their daily reflections, they put their goals and how they are progressing on it. If you give any exercises, all those exercises are uploaded there. Then you view it and then go prepared to the session. Or is there a tool that you're using? Is there a app you're using? Many have an app there where they give daily motivation messages. Many have an app where they sign up their clients to have a meditative sleep. What is it? These are all coming in the value propositions, right? These are all coming in your offerings. Now, this is where the competitor analysis helps. What are the other clients the coach is doing? What resources do you need to market your coaching services? Any technology that you need? Think about that. And these are the key resources. So in your BMC, put these key resources and say, these are the ones I have to equip myself with, or these are the resources I have or I have to obtain. or get myself prepared on? Are we on the right track? Is it going as you expected? Okay. Next comes, what are the partnerships you need? I don't know how many of you were there in yesterday's session with Abhishek. Thank you, Navneeta. So this is where we said, where are the partnerships required? Even many of your peer coaches could be your partners. You know, we spoke about the barter, right? I do something for you, you do something for me. Or we both join and collaborate. Many a times you can use partnerships to build content, build your marketing material, be a key partner in your resources that you need, activities. Your collaboration can be, endless, limitless actually, between your network, your peer groups. And this is one of the second one is one of the key, partnering with therapists, consultants, and or virtual assistants, right? But therapists and counselors and psychologists, psychiatrists is I've seen as one of the key benefit in having a beautiful resource of that as coaches. I have personally benefited it. I have a list with whom I work in Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, everywhere, Chennai. The minute I know that, there is a shift or there is a need, you immediately recommend and you know whom to recommend. I do extensive research and keep highly top rated people in the list. If not, I tell them that, this is my recommendation, you can figure it out. So I found that very useful. What are the marketing and technology platforms? If you're not good in social media and you're ready to publish yourself, do you think you need a partner there? Do you think you need a resource there? Or do you think you just want to hire a intern to do it? Think about it. Coaching memberships with associations, not only ICF, there are many out there with whom you can have membership with. Whichever provides networking opportunity. And please network where you will get clients also. There is a high tendency for coaches to network only in coaching network. Coaching network will help us. I'm not saying no, but will it get us clients? So please network where you will get clients. There are two networks. One where we learn and one where we go and implement it. Now we need a network for that. Now, how are you going to showcase yourself in that network is the key. Now coming to the cost structure. What are the fixed costs and what are the variable costs that we have in building our business, in running our business? Which are the most important costs? Which of the key resources which we saw are more expensive? Which of the key activities that we did in the previous slides are more expensive? Figure that out. You might have more expensive one, less expensive one. Map the efficiency of that. So when we did resource and partnerships, right, activities and resources, which of them are expensive ones, which are them are budget friendly, and which has a bigger impact? You need to do that mapping. Once you know that, then you can do the cost structure. You'll know, okay, this I can let go, or I can, do it in a planned phased manner. And this one I can invest more on based on how the costing works. So what is the fixed cost would be your certifications and trainings that you pursue. And the other fixed cost would be the website, LinkedIn, memberships, all of that. And marketing and sales, if you have any subscription advertising platforms, LinkedIn ads that you run, those will come under fixed cost. And under variable cost, you will have any of the platform that you temporarily use or any coaching tool you temporarily use, your travel cost, ad cost. Now I want you to do a small mapping on what does your cost look like. Because you did your revenue, you reevaluated your revenue, now you have the cost. Is it getting overwhelming? Please do share so that we can brainstorm that. Now, under activities, you would have mapped your value proposition. Map your activities to that value proposition. If this is the value proposition I'm saying I'm giving, what are the activities that are needed to meet that value proposition? What are the resources that are needed to meet that value proposition? That is how you map the activity and resource. All of this is mapped to value proposition. The reason why we took so long to build the value proposition was, one, value proposition is the key that attracts clients, and value proposition is the key that decides your resources, your activities, where you need to put your execution focus on. So it is extremely important to map all your activities, resources to what you're stating here. Okay. Any questions? Have you all mapped the cost to one of the customer segments value proposition? Can any of you share? Yes, GC?
So cost, I don't know, means if it is one-on-one, then travel might be, say, depends on the distance. So I don't know how to calculate that. For if it is online, it is going to be Zoom, which is around 13,000 per annum. Marketing cost, I'm just predicting it's, say, around rupees 2,000 per month or something. So
And
is
any
this,
website hosting or any collaterals that you do, anything that is costing you? Is there any variable cost?
like,
No, for you to get that one-on-one clients, is there any website that you have invested in or LinkedIn
okay.
that you have invested in? Any marketing activity, any activity?
Okay, actually, I'm thinking of recruiting one person who said for some reels, she'll charge around 10,000 in Instagram. So that will,
So you can put that as your, so Instagram, is it variable cost because or is it a fixed cost? You can put it as for where it falls. So Florina has a question. I have a question on key partners. How do you verify am I right in understanding? Verify the therapist, partners, consultants you add to your network? I'm assuming that is the question. Yeah, so what I do is I work with my partners in respective regions, and I figure out which is the best recommended, highly recommended. I speak to the hospitals, and I then get the therapist numbers. I go with highly recommended who have used in our coaching world also. I see who has used these therapists and how is the result? What is the feedback? And then I recommend three of them to the client and say, you do the discovery call. I'm only giving this reference to you. Doesn't mean they are the best, but do your discovery call, see your connect, see how your chemistry is, and then sign up. There are certain people who say, no, I want to go to directly to a clinic and only address. Then it's up to them. They do their references. If I have the hospital connect and if I have the references, I give it to them. I hope I have answered your question, Florina. Okay. Anybody else who has done the cost structure mapping?
I've
No?
done fixed cost structure mapping. Website domain, website hosting for me. I have Canva, Wi-Fi, Zoom, and also my laptop, which I bought, which I think is a fixed cost for at least
cost?
5 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, those are my fixed costs.
Awesome. Your variable cost will be your travel, your ads.
My accounting software also I want to get from this year, so that's Zoho.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Shivani. Anybody else wants to share? Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I have one question. First, I'll share my cost actually. So that will be the fixed one, you can say, but that's what, again, it can be variable as well because the first thing I have a registered business. So the license fees I pay that annually.
Yeah.
But along with that, you can say the fixed cost is the course I did, the course I'm doing right now for exam fees as well. And then there is variable cost, the fixed cost can be the internet and my website expense as well. And variable can be the traveling and sometime when you going out, the networking event fees, coffee and all can be the variable cost as well. Now I have this question, the business canvas model we make. So every year, sometime our costs change. These figures keep on changing. The fixed costs also change many times. So do we have to do like every 6 months we have to review it, or what exactly how we go along with that?
Perfect. Thanks for this question. So your business model canvas is out there and you have put your post-its or put your colored markers that these are my different customer segments. And we recommend you use the same color to fill the entire canvas for the related activity, related resource, So let's say I take one-on-one coaching, I put in red. Then everything related to that one-on-one customer segment will be put in red. And each year, every 6 months, you revisit that and say, okay, here my resources have changed. My activity has changed. Have I mapped it? You just do a quick check. So the BMC is always a reference point for you. And operationally, you have your Excel sheets and softwares and everything that you operate on, right? So sort of do a forecast and do the reality check.
I think all our membership fee,
Thank
like
you.
if you're part of ICF members or other networking spaces, that is also part of the cost.
Yes, absolutely. All of it is part of the cost. Everything that is related to the coaching profession, yes, we have to put it as part of the cost. If we do not put that, we will not know the reality of how much we are investing in this. And
Right.
that indirectly also motivates you to put your better value prop and market it, showcase it, make it more attractive. You have spent so much on all this. Is your value prop displaying it? You never know. So, you need to have that checkpoint. Every 6 months, you can reflect and see, hey, what have I learned? What have I shifted? Now can my value prop change? When I started this first collateral, I started it fresh. But now I have really helped transform so many people. Now, can my value prop change? Can it look better? Can my advertisement look better? Can my LinkedIn post look different? Right? My website, can it add more details? You can ask those questions.
Um,
Yeah.
Vijayashree, sharing one realization, like if we dump all these certification costs, laptop costs, everything on our client, then our thing becomes very, very costly.
This is only for you to have a reality check on how much your cost is. You're not dumping this on the client, or rather, it's not written here though. You see, you can't dump everything on the client. Now, how do you do it? You have an investment that has been done, and over how many, what is the period or recovery period? You need to calculate that. You're starting a business on your own where you're the product, right? So, and of course there is an offering as a product, but you're the product. Now you're investing on that business. You're investing in it. So these are all investment. Now, how are you recovering that investment? How are you doing that? That's why we are trying to make it very lucrative. So this is the go-to-market strategy. And how interesting are you putting it out there, and what is the authenticity and the quality of the deliverable that you're attracting more clients so that you recover this cost.
I have a follow-up question for this, Shri. So in the coaching profession, since you've been here for a while, what's an optimal time frame to, target for the break even?
It
Or
also
recovery.
depends on the person's incessant need to keep learning. So if you have that, like, okay, I want to update myself, I want to learn this, I want this certification, that certification, then the time frame might be more, right? And it also depends on what you're offering. If you're expecting to do one-on-one coaching and recover all that you have invested, then it might take time. But if you're going to go into corporate, you're going to go into team coaching, you're going to do master classes, you're going to do multiple offerings, and you're trying different channels to recover, then your recovery time might be quicker than what you expect. So let's say you are expecting, you have spent 2 lakhs in a certification. If you give it, if you go and do a corporate training, maybe in 2 sessions, you'll get it back, or 3 sessions, you'll get it back, right? Whereas in individual coaching, you cannot expect that. So you need to map that time. The only way to recover is increase your customer base, right?
I'm trying to, realistically understand what a realistic timeline would look like for it.
Yeah, do the math. So if you're spending so much on a course, how many sessions will I recover it? Do the math and then do the next investment.
True.
Because each coaching session, there are people who charge $350, there are people who charge $100. So we do not know where the coach is there, right? So what is that charge of yours, and map the recovery time. Okay, this cost is going to get recovered. Now then, whatever I'm going to get is either my reinvestment option, or a money that you want to, put it out there somewhere else for your marketing, for any of the activity. Does that help, Shivani?
Yes, makes sense.
Because for each person, it will differ, and it depends on how many courses or how many programs you're doing. Like there are people who just go and get membership into so many associations. So,
right.
Yeah. So we do not know whether all of them are paying off or not. And how, where. Is it paying off in the visibility, or is it paying off in the customer acquisition? Is it paying off in the learning, or is it paying off in just networking? So we do not know. That mapping you'll have to do, understand, and, do reflect on that.
And probably understanding if that is even necessary. Like it might be a good to have aspect and not a need to have. Yeah.
Exactly. Now we come back to the revenue stream. Now think back. How are they currently paying? How would they prefer to pay? Transaction revenues, recurring revenues. How much does each revenue stream contribute to the overall revenue? So how much does each customer segment contribute to the overall? In all probability, the money might be coming from somewhere, and we will be putting all our effort in something else, which is, not paying off well. And we might miss out on something which is actually doing good. Or we might not put too much thought into it, and it could grow, right? So reflect on each of the customer segment, what is the revenue stream, which is the more profitable one. That is where we map the activities and the resources. There are some segments actually will be more profitable. I get 10 of this, my margin is high, whereas I will be investing my time and energy in another stream. So look at that. Look at different ways you can generate revenue from your coaching services, hourly, group coaching, pricing model best aligns to the target segment. Now, you should also ensure that the revenue is more than the cost. So the cost that you put in should be definitely lesser than the revenue. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Any additional revenue streams you can do, like mastermind groups, referral programs, coaching ebooks, your websites can it auto-generate any ads, your YouTubes, are they giving any ad revenue? You can think of all of those. Also understand where is the market, what is the willingness of the client to pay for the coaching service within your target market. Are there any industry trends or competitor offering that can influence your pricing strategy? Now again, think of what are your differentiators. Can you really make it look more attractive, not only from offering stage, but through testimonials, references, you know, your articles, your contributions? What is it that will increase your revenue, attract more revenue, attract growth? So we looked first, we started with the revenue, we are closing with the revenue. The reason being, all that we reflected will now give a different perspective to this. When we started off, we started with very simple thought. But now, once you see the business model canvas and its building blocks, the way now you look at revenue will be very different. Is that true? Is that right for anybody? Has the BMCs given a shift in perspective? No? Guys, have you all slept? Wake up.
No. It's too much to digest. So
Too much to digest, yes.
So Shri, based on that revenue stream change, now again we come to where we again have to go to a customer segment and make changes based on that, the changes happening in the revenue stream.
Yeah, you don't need to change, but you can say, can I add any more customer segment? Of course, yes. That is the
Okay.
whole idea of this whole initiative is, am I ready to go to the market? If I'm ready to go to the market, am I equipped? And if I'm already there, where am I? And what can I do to make myself better, right? I have a goal, I have a revenue goal. Now, how do I increase it? And what all contribute to it? And how do I pump it up? Yes, Florina. Yes, it does. It does very, very complex. It's actually more than, I see it as a very simple model. But what is complex is the thought that we need to put into it. The model is very beautiful, actually. The model makes life easier. But it needs deep reflection. Yes, there is. And there is also this deep sense that, guys, we are in business. And we are the product. We are that ninja single army person, right? Who needs to do all of this, and we need to scale to bring in the resources, partnerships, and all of that. So yeah, put in a lot of thought into it, and if this is a one-time effort, then it becomes it just becomes a left-hand job. It comes automatically to you. The next time you put one package, you'll know Okay, I need to know which customer segment, I need the value prop, I need which activity, which resource, how am I going to get the channels done? What is the relationship I need to build? Okay, bam, boom, done. So, but this needs to come into your DNA for it to become a USP. Now, in this revenue stream, you need to understand, once you know that this is my revenue stream, you need to also map, can I sustain my growth? Sustain my entire business in this phase, and what do I need to do to grow? So that is also one thing I want you to reflect on. Yeah, thank you. You're seeing the value in it.
Vijayashree, just to add, you know, one of the things I usually keep telling is that there's so much going on in my head. So when I look at these topics, you know, that BMC covers, so to be very honest with you, each of these is covered in somewhere in my folders, doing some work in terms of, okay, you know, this segment, how am I working? But I've never been able to put all of that in one place. And with the background that I come from, program management, Six Sigma, process improvements. So for me, it has always been a problem that I can't visually see everything in one place. And that's why I feel, okay, it's scattered. I don't know where this is going. But BMC kind of gives me that whole, you know, it's like, it's just giving me exactly what I want because it's a visual. I'm a very visual person. So for me, it just puts everything in a visual. Lot of work, definitely a lot of work. So I look at it as, okay, it's a 1 week project for me to sit and, you know, spend hours every day, dedicate those hours to come up with, you know, at least closer to 80-90% clarity and build on it as and when, you know, I go. But thank you so much. This has been absolute. I can't tell you, I can just sleep so peacefully today because
Glad. I'm so glad. You made my day. That I don't need anything more than this. Thank you so much. And yes, Florina is also saying that something I said, I am the product. Yes, you're the product. We need to know that. We need to know that we are the product. As
Yes.
coaches, we are the product. And we need to, then that shifts a lot of things, right? Now, if we are the product, then imagine, how should it look like?
Yeah.
So good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now,
Thanks to you.
I am going to stop sharing and then we come to this. I think now you can show all your beautiful faces. And maybe share your just last few minutes. What went well? What could have gone better? Maybe the next time I do it. So first of all, I need to deeply thank you all. As I told Deepali today, we have been doing this for organizations, corporates, organizations. First time I'm doing it for a coach. Thank you for trusting me and coming to this session. And thank you for the kind words you shared. Because it was a huge learning for me when I put it for the coaching, you know, segment. And it was actually a very beautiful exercise for myself. And I really enjoyed doing it. And I really enjoyed sharing it here. And I truly hope that even there is 1% shift in your thought process, then the work is done. Anything that could have gone better today?
I have a point. I don't think it's something that could have gone better, but perhaps I would have wished, like, you know, I wish this is a 2 or 3 part series so I could actually go in deep. I kind of, you know, at 9 o'clock, I kind of shut down. I'm like, okay, this is too much to take in for me. So that's a wish, nothing to do with what you shared. So yeah, just wish.
Yeah, agreed. I totally agree. So when we do it for organizations, we do it in 3 parts or 4 parts. Yes.
Yeah.
We go right till and put the operating plan and the execution plan. So I completely understand.
I'd love to hear from you, like once we've done this, like I haven't done it, so I don't know, but what next after this? If you could probably do a follow-up session a couple of weeks or months for us.
So
as well.
once this is done, you put your operating plan, right? This year, this is what I'm going to work on. That's my operating plan. And I will achieve all these things. I will execute on all these things. And it should, what is the tangible, what is the intangible result that you're expecting? Put that out.
Okay. Do you have like a format for that as well?
No, but if it's this individual coaching, yeah, you don't need a format. You just put this and this BMC itself will give you the format. What are the resources? What are the, and map the costing. Yeah, I'll see if I'll have something. Let me see. And if I have something, as I told you, we have done this for corporates and this is the first time I'm doing, so I myself have to do it. Definitely, I'll just reflect on that and see if I can share anything.
Sure. Thank you. But thank you
Thank
so much. I mean, I've been hearing from Dipali since Jan about your BMC plan, I think. And now I know why she's been telling me all about it. It is a lovely in-depth. Yeah, I don't think I've even done 20% of what I was supposed to do, but I can already see the power.
My only sincere request is do the competitor analysis sincerely. And when you say the word competitor, don't make it look big. No. When you are the product, then imagine who the next competitor is. Just think in that sense. Make it as simple as possible. Don't make it too big. Competitor as a word might look big. No, it's not. Make it simple. If I'm a single person, a ninja army, I'm the product, then who else? If I'm 1 year into the business, who else? If I'm 1 year with 10 years of experience, who else?
Yeah.
Right? If I'm 2 people, I have a partner, a coaching partner, then who's there? Who's competitive to me? Think in those simple terms. And look at their background, their certifications, their network, their charges, their offering, their website, their LinkedIn, their thought process, their messages, the value that they are contributing to the coaching community and to their client community in their network. Start observing all of it. And then map yourself and see, okay, this is where I want to start. This is how I want to start. From now on. Re-engineer, reprogram, restructure, redesign, and just fly high.
I remember when I did the BMC for the first time, I thought I knew everything. And, I was very confident writing things down in each of the blocks. And Vijay had just one question here and there, and I was blank. I had no answers for that. So, kind of dig deep and it's not just at surface level. So we need to kind of go a couple more layers to go to the crux of whether it is our value proposition. For me, that was the toughest, right? So we need to go to the crux of it, and what we thought we knew, we kind of need to just rejig that in our minds, is what I learned when I did the BMC, whatever, 6 months or 8 months ago. So yeah, that's my learning for you all.
Thank you.
Can we switch on our cameras? We'll take a quick picture with all of us. Whoever can switch on your cameras.
Stacy, lovely to see you. See, lovely when they come to the video, right? Florina,
Apologies, I'm battling a cold.
No, you don't look as if you're battling a cold. You look absolutely fine.
Okay.
Especially for a camera and a picture.
Okay, Meeta's sitting. All right, all of us, cheese. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Do we have any other questions before we close?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deepali. Thank you so much, Sandeepji. Thank you all. Thank you. And I truly hope it was beneficial.
It was. And thank you for your time, Vijay.
Any bounce back questions, feel free to ping me. I'm in the group. I'm in WhatsApp. I'm in LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. So just feel free to ping me. And if you want to chat also, I'm available. So we can definitely dive deep into any of the topic. All the best, guys. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Shri.
Good night.
Thank you.
Shri, the session was like a coaching session. We had some realization, but like most of the realizations will come in the week.
Yes, it is like the integration will happen.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, but it'll be good. It'll be a wonderful journey, actually. Now you'll start seeing things differently.
Right. Could you also share your presentation over email?
Absolutely. Sure. 100%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vijay, a few more people have asked that separately as well, the presentation. So maybe whoever has joined, we can share it if you're okay with it. Yeah?
Absolutely. I'll share it.
All right, good. All right. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Good night, everyone.
Night.